Okay, welcome into Ohio Valley Sports Online, our weekly coaches show here. Coach RENO Succocccia, Steubenville Big Red, brought to you by Fort Steuben Maintenance here at the Cartledge Fieldhouse on the campus of Big Red football here. Coach, in the words of Three Dog Night, one is the loneliest number, our only representative left in the Ohio Valley Sports Online. Got a big win, Coach. I mean, a gut check, an outstanding second half, and Cole Bowers coming through. We kind of like had a premonition, week 7 or 8. This kid's gonna win a game for you.
He won a game.
He did.
But that was the winning play, and it take nothing from him because it was a fantastic kick. But there was a snap, there was a hold, there was a block, and it was just a great team effort. And he came up with the explosive play.
Absolutely, Coach. I think that's like the conversation we've had in the last couple of games. That's like the cherry on top, because all we talked about was how the team has gotten better at every single position, offensively and defensively, throughout the year. You're on a 9-game winning streak. The quarterback, the receivers, the linemen, the defensive line, the secondary, everybody's better, and Cole Bowers comes through. Complete win, team win in the last 9 weeks.
And there was just so many little things, like after our first touchdown, our center got taken out of the game for no mouthpiece. So Blackburn had to go in there. He hadn't snapped since the 8th grade.
I've seen that.
And he snapped. It was a perfect snap. And I mean, just little things like that. Really, I mean, everybody talks about big plays, but little things win big games. And it was just in our first half, we weren't playing Big Red. We weren't playing Big Red. We were, we just blew too many opportunities and gave too many opportunities. And we did things that we never did before. We haven't had a block punt, and it was just a simple, lack of execution. And, but, at the halftime, we were down 14-0, and so you can imagine what the locker room was like, but they came out and they played.
Yeah, Coach, I want to make 2 comments on what you said. Number one, were you surprised, not surprised, or whatever by the referees being involved with the equipment as much as they are? Is that normal at that level? Is it change? I mean, or is it you just think it's an individual thing that the referee showed up and said that's going to be a point of emphasis?
Well, it's a rule, so I can't argue about the rule, but it's also a rule about about noisemakers. So if you're going to enforce one rule of no pants or no chains or whatever, or towel too long, then noisemakers over the microphone is a rule also. So that rule should have been enforced. But just the officials are there. The officials are there. I mean, the game would go just as good without officials and without coaches. So the only thing you need to make a game is the players. So let's make it about the players.
Well, the second thing I wanted to talk to you about was I was in the locker room at halftime, and I was very impressed. You guys it reminded me, honestly, of whenever we were getting our brains beat out back at the end in the 80s by North Canton Hoover. And the locker room, to me, was just businesslike. I mean, coaches were coaching their players, pointing things out. This is what we want to do. This is what we want to see. It made me feel good because on the part of the coaching staff, there was no sense of panic. Just like in the locker room at Hoover, when we were down, whatever it was, 25 points, I thought that the coaching staff...
It was 31-7.
Yeah, I thought that the coaching staff was just, business as usual. Here's what we got to do.
Well, that's what halftime's for, and it wasn't that they were beating our brains in. We were down 14-0 on a block punt and a broken pass right before a broken secondary play right before the half. So one play, one touchdown, 14-7. You're back in it.
Right.
And that's what we just wanted to emphasize to our players. You know, one big play, one big drive, we're right back in this thing, and that's how it worked out. Just that you know we just we played. They were good, we were good. They had a good first half, we had a good second half, but but we had some big plays, and we had some, like just to start the second half, we recovered a fumble, threw an interception, got an interception,
Right.
got a score. So we're just that quick, and we got a score. It's 14-6, and I'm thinking about going for two, and but it's too early in the game to go for two. So then our center gets taken out of the game. Just little things happen, but we overcame. Blackburn, that was a big play. It was a very big play.
It was. I mean, and the kids did great job of flipping the momentum and the sideline. They were cheering on the other players. It was an impressive effort by Big Red. It warmed my heart just to see how Big Red came out and took the game over in the second half. Pretty much dominated the game. They won the first half. Big Red wins the second half.
And and we kept it in the back of our mind. Coach Phillips and I were talking. And, we don't think that they had as much confidence in their kicker as we did. So we were really trying to prevent them from scoring a touchdown. And knowing if we could get to the 20-yard line, we knew we had a good kicker. And that's what it came down to. I think that maybe the play before the kick might have been not executed well enough, but prior to that, just little plays, little 3-point gains. I mean, 3-yard gains, and just but but Juice had a tremendous run to tie the score up,
Oh my.
and he broke 6 tackles on that.
Oh
It was
my! I
a
tell you, Coach, I was on the sidelines, and when he broke that first level and he slipped a couple tackles and he got into the secondary on the 25-yard line where I was standing, when he got there, he had three guys within arm's length of him, and he showed
he
me
kicked it
a,
another
a,
year.
a burst of speed that's the first time I was on the sideline throughout the year, but he showed a burst of speed that I didn't know he had, and then he slipped a tackle when the guy dove at his feet. But that was an impressive run, and Juice Bryant really carried the load for you.
Yeah, he did. He did a good job. The offense. I mean, everybody in the second half, we just played a solid football game, and you could point out different players, and I could really bring up everybody's name just on a play that they made. Just everybody. If you give me the name, I'll give you the play that they made, because everybody made a play, and the team made a lot of plays, but everybody made a play, a defend on a pass, a tackle, a screen, a stop screen. I mean, screen was a big play for them. They had two screens for no yards. So I mean, everybody had big plays, and some stood out more than others. But when you watch the film and being the coach, you know who's making the plays. And we had four guys play over 135 plays. So I mean, and that's big also. To have four guys playing over 135 plays in that game it is a big deal in my book.
Well, I know you don't want to point any individuals out, but I will. I mean, I think Juice Bryant and I think F.E. Kelly was a force on the offensive and defensive line for you. I mean, he's a lot quicker coming off the ball on both sides of the ball than I thought he was. I
Yeah.
mean, he had a couple plays where he wasn't even, they had no chance of blocking him.
Well, he just he's healthy now, and he's a good player. But just like I said, you give me a name and I'll give you a play. Pass rush, a sack, a fumble, a cross fumble, an interception, a knock pass down.
Absolutely,
You know,
Crozier, Blackburn. I mean,
just and
everybody just came and made plays, and that got to make you feel good as a coach because you count on those kids to make a play. Somebody got to make a play, and somebody was always making a
yeah,
play for Big Red.
there was everybody pitched in. Everybody played for each other, not for themselves. Played for each other, and just I've been here for 43 years, and they say that coaches' jobs is to build men, and uh, the players I've been involved with, parents I've been involved with, the coaches I've been involved with, did more to develop me as a person than I've done for any individual. So I just, whatever kind of person I am now is because of the people I've been around, the people you have to discipline, the people you have to praise, just everything that goes into it. Uh, just like I said, it's made me the person I am now just by dealing with Big Red football for 40 some years.
Well, Coach, over 40 years, numerous regional appearances. You got another one now. You got a big game, a familiar foe with Waterson. They come back. They're undefeated.
They're more than undefeated. I mean, they've beaten. I think they're 12-0. Um, in the 11 games we've watched, their defense has been in third and short 14 times. They started 11 guys on defense, 10 of them are juniors. They start 4 seniors on offense, and this is the same team they won it with last year. They're a good, very good, young, solid football team that's well coached, and it'll be a monumental. It'll take a monumental effort. They are a challenge for us, but it makes you a better coach. It makes you a better team to prepare for a challenge like this. So we feel that we're going against the best football team in the state this week, and it's going to take the best effort that we have to conquer them. And we got 4 days of practice. We got 4 days to prepare, and our preparation is very important. But nothing is more important than the 48 minutes on the field.
Yeah, you're playing against a defending state champion with all these guys coming back, Coach. Going to be a physical game, but how do you approach it with your team mentally? I mean, physically, you got to line up and you either get beat or you beat somebody. But how do you approach it this week mentally, playing a defending state champion?
Well, we haven't even mentioned that. We're preparing for Bishop Waterson, and this team, the Waterson team that's on the field right now, is going for a state championship. But this team isn't defending. They had a lot of help from seniors last year, but when you look at the team, you see newer Catholic names, you see DeSales names. So I mean, these guys have done a good job of getting those kids to play at Waterson, and they're just. You look at any name up there, and you can probably identify them with somebody. Ohio State, probably one of the better players to ever play in Licking County was Uhlenhagen at Catholic, at Newark Catholic, and he had a son that did a beautiful job last year. He has a son that's probably one of the best linebackers we've gone against this year, and he's one of the best players I've ever met. And they're a beautiful family. I can just go around. You can just look at that board and see. They're just they're a good team. They're well coached. They've come so far that that I think the last time they had a run like this was when Vaquero was the quarterback, and I think they lost to Poland maybe that year in '99. Pat Vaquero, who quarterback here in '66. His son was the quarterback at Waterson, and I think it was '99 when they played Poland for the championship. So there's just names everywhere that, and they're well coached. Just it's going to be an honor and a challenge to play against them.
Well, Coach, Big Red got a tendency of rising to the occasion. So we want to congratulate you on this 9-game winning streak. You go in at 9-2. We want to wish you the best of luck Friday night. High Valley Sports Online is hoping to be there. We'll get that decision sometime tomorrow. So for Reno Succoch and Dan Vogel, this is a High Valley Sports Online, our coaches show. It's been sponsored by Fort Steuben Maintenance. Thank you, Coach.
Yep.
Best of luck.
I take more pride in being prepared than being lucky. So our preparation is going to be very important.
All right.
Thank you.
You got it right there from the head coach, Reno Succoch. High Valley Sports Online. Hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.